Welcome in. We are keeping it rolling here in Season 6 with the Marshall Thundering Herd. Last episode, Marshall handled Boston College easily 48-7. Our defense continues to swarm people as we only allow 17 rush yards in the game, 0 points in the red zone. We force 3 turnovers, record 3 sacks. And on offense, Casey Smith rumbles for 173 yards and 2 scores on the ground. Today, we're headed south to take on Dabo's boys on the road at Clemson. I'm Kimbroplays, let's go. Marshall still ranked number 2, but we were close to snagging that top spot as number 1 North Carolina steals a close win versus number 8 Pitt. They hold on last week 33-28, winning on a 1-yard touchdown pass with 38 seconds to go. The Tar Heels are able to sneak away from Heinz Field. The other ACC banger from last week, Cuse gets an impressive top 10 win versus NC State. They take this one 34-21, and they are led by Lauren Gooden, their stud young quarterback. He had his coming out party against us last season, and Syracuse is now 5-0 and ranked 4th in the country. We've got a game against them in a few weeks, and it could be massive. 4 teams from our conference in the top 5 as the ACC continues to be the best conference in college football. Georgia Tech up to number 5 with a big game this week against North Carolina at home. We will definitely check in on that game. Pitt is going to try to bounce back from their loss to North Carolina and take on Syracuse. And of course, our big game on the road at number 14 Clemson, who is not having the start they expected to the season. The Tigers have a great roster on paper, B+ overall, A on defense, number 1 in total D so far, but this offense has been dreadful. 92nd in points per game, 99th in passing offense, and the -3 turnover differential has not helped. Dabo in year 17, crazy the longevity at Clemson. He's 196-50 over that span, 48-30 in top 25 games with a B+ prestige, but the fan base is growing tired of his performance. His job security is pretty low, and they have got to be furious at this 3-loss season so far with likely more on the way. This probably explains some of the issue. Only 2 of their top 10 players are on offense. Both are wide receivers. So it is no wonder that they are struggling to move the ball. On defense, however, these guys are legit. They have 5 DBs rated 86 or above, 3 of them in the 90s, so it'll be a real test for Andrew Adams in this Marshall passing game. 82 overall, Joe Kramer is their quarterback 1. The redshirt sophomore is only passing for 156 yards per game and only has 1 more touchdown than he does interceptions. He's going to need to turn that around if Clemson's going to have a shot. As we wrap up the pregame info, I wanted to remind you how both teams got here. Clemson went on the road and got blasted by Deion's boys 52-14, losing at Colorado. Then they get blindsided by what we now know is a good Georgia Tech team on the road, followed up by having to face the top team in the country, North Carolina. For Marshall, it was 4 straight ranked games to start the year with an easy Boston College win last week. Talent-wise, this Clemson team might be the best roster left on our schedule, but at Syracuse and home versus Notre Dame in a few weeks still both loom large after this game. Last thing to mention, Death Valley and Clemson Memorial Stadium is still a challenging place to play, the 10th toughest place to play in fact in the game. 81,000 strong and A grade, that's going to be a factor that we have to be aware of with our young quarterback. And now the rain adds another element that was working in Clemson's favor. This game is going to be sneaky for us all of a sudden. The Atlantic side of the ACC is still absolutely stacked. Clemson desperately needs a win today to stay in the hunt. Let's get this top 25 matchup on the road started. Appreciate you tuning into this one. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. Clemson with a good return out across the 30 is going to get our day started. Kramer in shotgun giving inside to Anderson. 2-yard gain, nice play by Ryan Young. Marshall on the road in the rain. Definitely a challenging environment to play in as Anderson sneaks forward for another 5. And it's quickly a 3rd and 3. Kramer, speed option, running right, pitches late after he breaks a tackle. McFadden's around the edge, trying to be chased down by Sanders, who does force him out. Chris McFadden with a 22-yard rush has Clemson across the midfield stripe. Definitely tough when we don't contain the edge. Nice tackle by Sanders along the sideline. Kramer flanked by 2 running backs. He goes inside, give left to Garrett on 1st and 10. He's got 5. Good opening script here by Clemson. Good stop by the Marshall D as this inside run is going backwards. Eric Love combines on the tackle with Ryan Young, and it's a 3rd and 7. Kramer looking left. Bass has it. Are they going to give him the first down? They're going to say he is short. Phil Bass with a 7-yard catch. It'll be 4th and inches. Clemson staying on the field. 4 wide receiver set. Shotgun give inside to Anderson. We can't get back there with the corner nickelback blitz fast enough. They're going to convert the first down. Opening drive, moving along for Clemson and Joe Kramer. 4-yard carry on first down. Now a 2nd and 6. Kramer well protected. We only send 3. Throwing left. McFadden leaps. Makes the catch. 17-yard reception for Chris McFadden. And a good throw in tough conditions. They catch us in a little bit of cover 2. McFadden goes up, makes the play. And Clemson set up inside the 10. 1st and goal. Page in motion. Running right on the sweep. Has it along the edge. Can we get there? We do. Terrence Page has 7 on the carry. And they're set up inside the 1. McDaniels fakes the blitz. Kramer throwing over the middle. Bass drops it. Woo, Marshall dodges a bullet as he cannot hold on in the end zone. Going to set him up with a 3rd and goal. Anderson inside. Fighting, stumbling forward. Demetrius Anderson into the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown. And how about this statement start by Clemson? 3 losses already on this season, but they come out against the best team in the country and punch it in on their opening drive. Studio update, here's a big score. Pittsburgh 34-14 over Syracuse as the Orangemen drop their first game on the season. I knew Pittsburgh was going to be dangerous this year, and they are proving to be so. Here comes Andrew Adams and the Marshall offense. On first down, we do a little triple option of our own. Keep it falling forward. Andrew Adams has 14. Definitely going to need to use our legs in these crazy conditions. There's a nice cut back juke. Casey Smith's got 8 as the inside run is moving the ball. Here, 2nd and 2, lobbed. Chandler Taylor coming back forward on his back hip a little bit, but a good throw and catch. 23-yard reception and a big play for Marshall. Already down around the Clemson 25. Same play as earlier. We keep it on the zone read. Andrew Adams rumbles for 20. Nice pickup by the quarterback as he's kept it twice and already has 34 yards inside the 10. Now scrambling out to the right. Adams, nowhere to go, is just going to throw this one away. Smart play not to take a sack. 2nd and goal. Armstrong, the tight end, moves across the formation from about the 6-yard line. It's an inside give. Casey Smith gets stood up in the hole, and it's going to leave us with a 3rd and goal from about the 5 into the back of the end zone. Lou Walker, 5-yard touchdown reception for Lou. Really nice pitch and catch. I think we catch them in zone coverage. Lou has a weird little corner route to the back right pylon. Toe drags, holds on to the ball. Great response drive by Marshall, and we are all tied up. Beautiful, beautiful pitch and catch as Anderson in the Wildcat to start the next drive. Powering forward as Aaron Sowell stands him up. He's got 5 yards, but we may be in for a good game. Tied at 7, both teams scoring on their opening drive. Now sweeping right, giving to Anderson, and Corey Brown, the safety, comes up and makes a nice play. TFL. Now it's a 3rd and 6. Kramer, Clemson looking to convert, and this one's wide. Joe Kramer misses his target off to the sideline, and it's quickly a 3 and out. Marshall forces the punt. Start to the next possession as Adams, looking deep downfield, is going to scramble and slide down, and we are set up across the 50 already. Almost 500 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns already on the ground this season for Andrew Adams. Huge hole for Casey Smith as he gets undercut from behind. He's got 15 weaving through the Clemson defense. Marshall already knocking on the door of another threatening possession. Armstrong across the formation. This is a sweep left. Well blocked. Casey Smith pushes a guy to the ground and breaks some tackles, falling forward, powering forward. Casey Smith gets us down around the 12. He's got 45 yards already on 4 carries. Adams drifting back is just going to throw this one away as they did a good job covering downfield. Nowhere to go. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 from about the 12. Well protected. Adams steps up, scrambles. That's what happens if you leave him in man coverage. Andrew Adams, the 12-yard scramble touchdown. They completely forget about the quarterback's running ability deep down here in the red zone. Well protected by this O-line. Adams can scan all day, finds a little crease up the left side, and he punches this one into the end zone. Marshall, 2 touchdown drives to start the game, already up 14-7. Really good stuff on the road by the Marshall offense. Good throw on first down, going to get him 8. Nope. But here on second down, they're going backwards as they try to go counter with Anderson. Aaron Sowell swallows this up, and it's a 3rd and long again. Marshall only sends 3, but it's going to get home. Ron Davis Number 43 making huge plays, gets a big-time sack as we near the end of the first quarter. On 3rd and 6, we get a good rush underneath the right tackle. Always a good thing if you can get home with only 3. Going to force another punt. Marshall, a nice little return. Has it across the 50 already. Running it right on 1st down, 3 yards. Casey Smith gets drugged down. Adams in shotgun on 2nd and 7. Stops, looking downfield, throwing it into toe tap along the sideline. Chandler Taylor with a 20-yard pickup. And just like that, Marshall is in the red zone again. Casey Smith making guys fall at the 2nd level. 10-yard rush. And stop me if you've heard this before. Marshall is driving. 1st and 10 from about the 10.5. Adams, well protected, has all day. Looked like he was going to tuck and run, then throws to Tommy Chambers, coming across the field on the over route, working to get open for his quarterback, fights off the press coverage, and look at this tight window throw. I don't know what the DB is looking at. He's looking at the receiver. Adams says, okay, I have a window to throw it, puts it right on him. Touchdown. Marshall, 21-7, coming out on offense looking insane. And here's a good opening run for Anderson to get them a little momentum back. They need something big on this drive as we are into the 2nd quarter. And a speed option is going backwards. Ron Davis with the TFL. Joe Kramer couldn't get it out of his hands quick enough. 2nd and 13. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Anderson, speed option. Pitches late, has it. 1-yard gain. Really good job by Marshall to string him out. But it leaves him with a 3rd and 12. Kramer in the pocket, running for his life, breaks a tackle, then falls. Tyrone Hooper going to get credit for this sack, and the Marshall D forces another 3 and out, and it is dangerous to continue to give us the ball the way we're running the football and throwing. Casey Smith making jukes, falling forward, 24-yard rush as the Marshall rushing offense has been insane today. Rocker step play action on 1st down. Adams deep up the sideline, has a room, has a blocker up front too, gets hit, fumbles it. Whew. Luckily, Casey Smith scoops it for us, and we're good. Probably need to slide, doing a little too much, but Adams, huge run. Nicely done by Casey Smith to be Johnny on the spot. We retain possession. 5:40 left to go in the first. Counter to Jeff Clemens, and he's going to go backwards on 2nd. It's going to leave us with a 2nd and 11. Good play by the Clemson D there. Inside give to Casey Smith, who's back into the game. Casey Smith rumbles inside for 14. Matthews motioning into the backfield. Now a little orbit motion. Adams looking downfield, throws across the middle, finds Armstrong. He's going to pick up 7, leaving us with a 2nd and 3. 4 minutes to go. First half, clock ticking. Armstrong has it again, this time for a 1st down as he gains 6. Now, 1st and goal. Adams calls his own number, runs it up the middle for 6. He's just short, going to leave us around the 2-yard line as we motion Matthews across the formation. Hand it to him. He's got a nice block on the edge by Casey Smith. And William Matthews with the rare carry punches this one into the end zone as 83 scores. Marshall is up 28-7. Well blocked, like I said, on the edge. We had 2 tight ends and Casey Smith lead blocking. Huge start for Marshall. Next possession, first play. Oh my goodness, Kenneth Daniels on the safety blitz just swallows up Kramer before he can play action or hand it off or whatever he was going to do. On 2nd and long, though, he finds Chris McFadden for 19 along the sideline, keeping their drive hopeful alive. Clock's running, however, and they go speed option to Anderson. He only has 1. Nice job on the sideline, sure tackling. Questionable draw play with the clock ticking. They go for 3. It's going to leave him with a 3rd and 6. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Marshall up 3 scores. Looking left, McFadden wide open. I don't know how we lost him. Kenneth Daniels is going to get him. Dabo's going to call a timeout. It's a 35-yard pitch and catch for Chris McFadden. Kramer now calling his own number. This time he's going to go backwards. They're going to call this a rush. I think that was a designed quarterback run. Johnson in there to make the play. 2nd and 14, running to Anderson, even though they called a timeout. Questionable decision. Now a 3rd and 11 upcoming as they've run it for 3. Minute 25 to go. Kramer, pocket collapsing, flicks it to the sideline. McFadden is there. No way. Chris McFadden. And you know what? Give Joe Kramer some credit. I don't know how he stands in here and makes this throw. Kind of off balance, off 1 foot. He's got people all around his legs, but he throws it on a dime to McFadden, who has had a nice game for Clemson to start this one. Huge score to end the half. Gotta help Clemson's momentum. We've run it for 184 yards on 16 rushes so far. Marshall has been elite and very efficient on the ground. Now, 3 timeouts, a minute 15 to go. What can we do is we try to go the delayed handoff fake bubble screen. Raymond Floyd on his blitz gets home. 2nd and 11, throwing over the middle. Tommy Chambers makes a nice catch in traffic. Flag is down, however. They're going to get us for a hold. 2nd and 21, 45 seconds to go. Adams in the shotgun, well protected, looking left to the sideline. Walker out of bounds. Going to leave us with a 3rd and 21. Going to be conservative here. Adams on the zone read. Keeper has a little bit of room, but it closes up. We're able to get 10. Dabo takes his last timeout, which is what we wanted, just to keep it safe. Play the punt field position game. We only get it out to about the 50. No timeouts. Kramer loading up. 24 seconds left, and this one's going to be intercepted by Mario Sanders. Roaming over. I don't know what he was doing, but he was in the right spot to make this play. Mario Sanders does a good job slamming the door. Joe Kramer underthrows this ball. I think Watkins was there to make the nice play as well. David Watkins, the corner, but Mario Sanders, huge stop for the Marshall D. 17 seconds, we've got the ball back. Let's see what we can do. All 3 timeouts. Got to be smart here. Adams looking downfield, scrambling, gets outside the pocket across the 50, and it's going to step out of bounds. 9 seconds to go in the first half. The Sanders INT I thought was really the end of this first half, but with the timeouts and the way we can move the ball, we might actually have a shot to do something. Chambers over the middle. It's going to be short of the sticks. We're going to take our first timeout. It's a 2nd and 1. Not a lot of time. We are going to have to launch this one. Hail Mary style from the logo. Deep up the sideline. No one in the back of the end zone. Chandler Taylor is going to haul this in. 41 yards, and I have no idea what the Clemson defense is doing. Oh my goodness. Marshall. The Hail Mary comes through with time expiring. We have 3 guys there to make this play. I don't know why they're not in prevent. This is a cover 2 shell. The corner doesn't run with everybody. It's only the safety back there. And literally, Chambers or Cedric or William could have made that play. Horrible blunder by Clemson. Marshall's going to score one, a cheapie right before half. 35-14, and I think all the air just went out of the Clemson balloon. That is devastating. What a first half. 122 yards passing, 200 on the ground in just one half of football. We only had the ball for 8:42. We do force the turnover. Clemson's had the ball a lot, but obviously we're outgaining them, and we're having significantly more explosive plays. What a horrible blunder by Clemson. I cannot believe they let us score on the Hail Mary to end the half. My goodness. Time for the third quarter. Clemson kicking it off to us as we get the third quarter underway. Ball in the air. Eric Love from the 1. Returning it up the middle. Has a few blocks. Has a little seam. Up the sideline. Across the 50. Breaks a tackle. Gets a block from Joe Montgomery. He might go. He's running out of stamina, but he's going to score. 99-yard kickoff return for touchdown for Eric Love as he breaks a tackle and takes this one to the house. I feel like we've been getting close. Eric Love has been showing his value as a returner, and this is his biggest play of his return career as he takes it down the sideline. Beautiful. Marshall putting the pressure on. 42-14 before Clemson even touches the ball for the third quarter. We talked about the air being out of the balloon. We'll add to it, and here we go even more. When it rains, it pours. Ron Davis with the sack on first down. 2nd and 14. Joe Kramer empty. We only send 3. He lobs deep down the sideline. Oh my goodness, McFadden, who breaks a tackle of Sanders, breaks another tackle from Eric Love. He's finally going to get drugged down. This one's tough. Kenneth Daniels in there on the coverage, just get out-leaped by McFadden, then can't hang on. Love tracking him down, just returned to the kickoff, is exhausted still, can't bring him down. Montgomery finally does. We got to look here. Chris McFadden, 88 overall, 93 speed, 6'1", 180-pound junior. He only has 200 career receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's got good speed and decent size, but this guy's not like the best player on the team. He's the 3rd best wide receiver. He's having an incredible day. What in the world? McFadden now in motion as they hand it off to him. As we take a bad angle, he gets up inside and he's into the end zone. Oh my goodness, Chris McFadden. This guy is like the best player in the world. We cannot do anything to stop this man. Gets the jet sweep, fights off a few tackles, weaves, zigzags. Yeah, get this man some Gatorade. He's doing everything. Put the team on your back. Wow. Last 5 drives for Marshall. Touchdown, touchdown, punt. Touchdown, touchdown. And of course, the kickoff return for touchdown as well. So we have been dynamic, absolutely pouring it on him. 1st and 10, Adams fumbling the ball as he tries to scramble and get 5 yards. We should have went down. Oh boy. Tide's turning slightly as we give up the turnover. Nice play by Evans, the safety, hits us, forces the fumble. Adams, that's a rookie mistake. Got to understand the situation. Don't have to fight for extra 5 yards on your half of the 50 in the rain with a huge lead. Don't give them anything. Ron Davis, however, what a huge play to thwart the momentum. His third sack of the game. Check out how he pushes back with the long arm, the right tackle, and then just gets inside. Kramer holding the ball far too long. 2nd and 15. 7 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third. Kramer inside, 4-yard carry. Gonna leave him with a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 upcoming. We send Love on the pressure. Kramer steps up, lobbing to the sideline. He's gonna find Barnes. Good little corner route by Barnes, and they're set up inside the 10. From the 6 in shotgun. Drag routes. Jenkins across the middle gets hit by Corey Brown. He's down at the 1.5. 2nd and goal. Kramer in shotgun, looking left, and there's Barnes. 2-yard touchdown. Desmond Barnes. Joe Kramer's been solid, 10 of 13, 191 yards, has a pick, but 2 touchdown passes. He has not been the problem at all today. 42-28, really important drive by Clemson as they try to stay in this one. Sweep left to Casey Smith. Oh, huge hole, gets around the outside, gets grabbed around the waist. 1st down, good run. He's over 100. Adams now. Little quick screen out to the sideline. William Matthews with some good blocking. 14 yards is going to fall forward out of bounds. Now, blitz look off the left side. It does not come. We looked to go deep downfield. We are going to go deep downfield. This one underthrown. Chandler Taylor had a linebacker or a safety on him, but unfortunately the ball slightly underthrown, incomplete. Looking at a 2nd and 10. Well protected. They only send 3. We pick it up. Now late, probably his 4th read, goes to Lou Walker. Fights off a few tackles, back jukes. And he's got a nice pickup. Lou Walker having a good game. 2 catches, 35 yards, and a touchdown. Adams up to 166 and 3 scores. This is a huge drive for Marshall to continue to keep the pressure on. Jeff Clemens on the draw, fighting upfield. He's got 4. Going to leave us with a 2nd and 6. Linebacker blitz, it appears. It does come. We go draw play. Casey Smith fights off the tackle, gets 5. That should have been stopped in the backfield, leaving us with a 3rd and 1. As we go inside give to Clemens, he falls forward, has the 1st down. And it is a 1st and goal from the 5. And we're in goal line. Casey Smith up the middle. Tried to push forward into the end zone, just short. We've got it from the 1. Adams looking to run, throws it away. Good little D by Clemson on that passing play, but it doesn't stop him. Casey Smith inside give into the end zone for his 1st score on the day, even though he has been dynamic. 25 scores from 1 yard out. Marshall 49-28 as we open up the 3-score lead again. 3:20 left to play in the 3rd. As they look to set up the screen on the first play of this possession, Anderson gets out along the sideline but does not get any room. Only a 1-yard pickup. Safety blitz from Marshall. Well blocked. We are going to force the turnover. Scott Ward grabs Kramer from behind and rips it out. And that is a huge play for the Marshall defense as we were kind of in this weird trading touchdown drives back and forth. And we get a nice strip there by Scott Ward forcing the turnover. And Marshall's got it at the 21-yard line of Clemson. Huge. Looking on the whip route to the sideline, it's Brennan Armstrong. He's got 7. Marshall could put this game away with a touchdown drive here. Adams in shotgun. Little bit of pressure, trying to get away from the defensive end, and he does. Adams towards the pylon. He's going to be just short. Andrew Adams scrambles for 15, has 131 yards on the ground, gets us to the half-yard line, and he calls his own number on the quarterback keeper zone read from 0 yards out. Andrew Adams runs this one in. Marshall hanging a 56 number on Clemson on the road in the rain. My goodness. Studio update in the 3rd quarter, late 3rd quarter, Miami, number 15 in the country. Locked at 21 with Virginia, 2-3 Virginia. Miami looking to avoid their 3rd loss on the season already. Man, what a game for this Marshall offense. We've been a little leaky on D at times. This guy's been killing us. Chris McFadden with a 9-yard reception, but you can't say enough good things about this Marshall O. Thrown away on 2nd and 1, leaving us with a 3rd and 1 for Clemson. They got to convert here. Flip it out to Garrett. Nice play by Aaron Soule. Derek Garrett with the TFL going backwards. Clemson surprisingly does decide to punt it to us. Kind of throwing the white flag up a little bit. Casey Smith running it. He's got it off the right side for 3. Now, probably final play of the 3rd quarter. This one going backwards as they get us for a big TFL. Joe Wood leaving us with a 3rd and 13 as we look downfield. Lobbed. Floyd with the interception. Oh man, tough play there. We were looking for Cedric Britt. He had a step. Andrew Adams kind of throws this one a little short. Floyd able to undercut it, his first interception of the day. We were having a really nice day throwing the ball with Adams. Take a look at it from this angle. From right about here, Cedric Britt looks like he has a step. We lob it out there, but it's not quite far enough. Cedric Britt unable to come back to the ball and fight for it. Clemson gets a turnover. Just starting the fourth quarter, Jenkins fighting off tackles, has a nice reception. Paul Jenkins goes for 10. He's just short of the first down. Kramer in shotgun, 2nd and inches from the 25. Delayed give to Anderson, fighting. He's going to fall forward and get the first down, 3-yard carry. 1st and 10, Kramer in shotgun. We send 3, now off his back foot, lobbing. Somehow Bass gets to this ball. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure how a Marshall guy didn't hang on to it. Personal foul clipping, it's going to come back anyway. 1st and 20 then for Clemson as they do go delayed draw to Anderson. He gets blown up by Kenneth Daniels. Really nice play there, coming up and laying the wood on the running back. 2nd and 20, motion man across the formation, empty set. We bring pressure. Eric Love barely doesn't get home. This one's dropped along the sideline anyway as Montgomery was closing in. 3rd and 20, Clemson needs it. Kramer instantly under pressure and he's going to go down. Whoa, Jermaine Johnson getting in there with the crazy quick swim move. He's going to sack him. They got to stay out there. 4th and 27. They got to have it. Kramer gets hit while he throws it, and it's going to fall incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. I think he hits the helmet of his own teammate. He does. Marshall's got it back. 7 minutes to go, looking to run out the clock, looking to keep this game under control. Inside give to Casey Smith on 1st down. 2nd and 3, Adams under pressure, looking to get outside and eventually does dump it off, but it stops the clock. Leaves us with a 3rd and 3. Inside give to Clemens. He's got some room. Shake and bake at the 2nd level. 10-yard pickup for Jeff Clemens. Beautiful. Now a counter on 1st and 10. Clemens working the left side, has 5. 5 minutes to go. 2nd and 5. Looking to the sideline here. Oh my goodness. Brennan Armstrong fumbles it. Cedric Britt dives on it. These slippery conditions, man, we've seen a handful of fumbles. Got to keep security of the ball as we go triple option. Jeff Clemens, double juke, makes 2 men fall, and he's got it inside the 5, gets bumped out of bounds. Man, that's one of the best runs we've seen from Jeff Clemens as he has quietly 50 yards. My goodness. Inside give to Chris Suggs. The true freshman runs it in from 2 yards. Really nice blocking here. They split the double team, but Suggs is a little bit too quick to the hole, and he gets into the end zone. Marshall, 63-28 with 4 minutes to go. My goodness. Kramer over the middle to Chris McFadden. He's got 7. What a performance. Marshall's been in full control this whole time. 2nd and 3. Kramer under pressure. He breaks out of the tackle somehow. Eric Love gets to him. He gets 1 yard. Should have been a sack. What a play by Kramer. 3rd and 3. We send cornerback pressure again. Kramer off his back foot. They're counting that as a fumble. Tyrone Hooper gonna dive on top of this. And I don't know what exactly happens if he hits another teammate here. It looks like maybe he does. Kramer feels the pressure, starts to scramble, and that's exactly what happens. Arm gets caught up in his own offensive lineman. They're going to count it as a fumble. Marshall dives on top of it. And that ends up being the final action. We just kneel the ball out from there. Andrew Adams, player of the game, 5 total touchdowns. What a stud he was. Even with some small mistakes, an INT, a fumble, he was in full control. My goodness. All in all, it's a ranked win on the road in bad weather. Got to be happy about the performance by our herd today. 63-28 the final. We continue to lean on this super talented offensive line who is making huge holes. They've got to be the best group in college football. The run game is just OP right now. The Marshall D forces 3 turnovers, 5 sacks, 3 of them for Ron Davis, who has been on fire. We do get burnt by Chris McFadden, their wideout, who ends up with 174 yards on 8 catches, does get into the end zone through the air and on the ground, but we lock down everyone not named McFadden for Clemson today. We get the dub. Week 9 is on deck next episode, but first some recruiting news, and it's another boom, this time from a quarterback. It's Mike Newton. We continue battles for Alford, Pope, Jay Will, but a guy like Gross is finally ready to visit, and we likely need to go in and break the lock to stay in the race for Jerome Young, the linebacker. Newton is number 10 in this class. Marshall stays atop the rankings for the recruiting class. 8 of 10 guys are 4 or 5-star players. Nebraska, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and South Carolina round out the top 5 at this moment. Let's talk about Mike Newton, 4-star quarterback from Franklin, Kentucky, the number 5 QB in this class, 75 overall, 6 foot 208, and I see him as a bit of a project with some late career upside. He doesn't run fast, only 67 speed, but he might be a decent escape artist down the line. He has 76 break tackle, 80 elusiveness, 80 spin, 80 juke. So he's likely a guy who will be able to get outside the pocket on a scramble, but not a lot of designed quarterback runs for him, which is fine. We're definitely going to pursue a higher end quarterback in this class, but it's a nice security blanket to have for sure. And of course, as we saw during the game from the studio update, Syracuse did lose to Pitt, so our game next week loses a little bit of its intensity. Pitt bounces back with a big win after they lost that heartbreaker to North Carolina last week. They end up getting the better of Syracuse 34-14. Cuse, now 5-1, falls to number 8, so it's still a big game, but it won't be between two undefeated top 4 teams. Either way, a really good day for our herd. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Got the best of Dabo again. We love to see it. We keep it rolling on the trail. We pick up another commitment. This team is settling in on its quest for a 3rd straight natty. I love y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.